Welcome to Puvanur RBIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur RBIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. We are now seeing interesting ideas of legendary Mridangam Vidwan, Thanjavur Sri T.K. Murthy sirs. Before I get into the class, I'll start this class with the Thirukkural. இன்பம் விழையான் வினை விழைவான் தன் கேளீர் துன்பம் துடைத்து ஊன்றும் தூண். What is the meaning of it? இன்பத்தை விரும்பாதவனாகி தான் மேற்கொண்ட தொழிலை முடித்தலை விரும்புபவன் தம் சுற்றத்தாரது துன்பத்தை ஒழித்து அவர்களுக்கு தாங்கும் தூண் ஆவான். Without enjoying the happiness whatever is around him, and if he is very focused to achieve things, whatever he had taken, the efforts he had taken into achieving his goal, he will eradicate the problems of the society and act like a pillar with all of them, amongst all of them. That's the crux of this Thirukkural. With this good thought, we'll enter into the class. Today we are going to see some Tissaram approaches of Murthy Mama, where as a forte of executing his own peculiar, interesting patterns. It's very, very unique by itself. Some of his core ways are very, very attractive. Like the first one I would like to take is tatakita takita tatakita takita 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 tatakita takita gugudating takita takita gugudating takita 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 gugudating adikata tata takita tata takita adikata tata. Either with the num, with starting with num, or tatakita like with kiki. Towards the end, takataka tadikitathum is equal to 4 plus 6, 10. And find tadikitatu takita, takatadikitatu takita, takitathum dontakadada. He uses that phrase very effectively towards the end. Then another interesting Tissaram Korva he normally used to play. He takes it from a particular position and then he plays this. Also very, very effectively. The next one is tatta kitataka dinata kitataki. Actually, it comes summum to summum. It's a beautiful Korve. takita taka taka dimi takita takita ding. Takata takita taka taka dimi takita takita ding. Takata takita taka taka dimi takita takita ding. Takita gum takita tata. Di takita tum takita tata. Di takita tum takita tata. Takita tum takita tata. Takita tum takita tata. Takita tata. Takita tata takita taka taka dimi takita takita ding. Takata takita takata dimi takita takita ding. Takata takita takata dimi takita takita ding. Takita tum takita tata. Di takita tum takita tata. Di takita tum takita tata. Takita tum takita tata. Takita tum takita tata. Takita takita dimi takita takita ding. Takata takita takata dimi takita takita ding. Takata takita takata dimi takita takita ding. Takita tum takita tata. Di takita tum takita tata. Di takita tum takita tata. Takita tum takita tata. Takita tum takita tata. It's a beautiful chorus, very complex, and the way he executes is phenomenal. Like he approaches beautifully. Tatakita taka dinatang, tatakita taka dinatang, tatakita taka dinatang, like a flash you will play. It will be like his hands will fly when he plays these sort of chorus. So this is very good Tishram chorus. The next chorus I wanted to teach you is again this he told me a specific anecdote. When he played along with Valaipati, he was not able to follow. That's sort of a on the spot he tried to conceptualize one, and Chatusra the Tishram Kirkalam, and he goes till the third speed of Tishram and then he plays. I'll teach you. I will whatever I understand I'll teach you. Ta di ta ka dinna ta di ta ka dinna di ta ka dinna di ta ka dinna ta ka dinna ta ka dinna. So this is the first column of Taddik Tagadina Kir form, and then the Madhyamam, the second speed. So it's a combination of that. Then Taddi Takadina Taddik Tagadana Di Takadina Tagadana Takadina Tagadina. So the second and third speed. The last one Taddik Tagadana Takadana Takadana. Only the third speed. So the first is a combination of first and second speed. The second is a combination of second and third speed. And third is only the third speed, all in this Sanadai. That's the beauty of it. The later Pinmahodam, Taketadum Tadiketa, Taketadum Tadiketa, Taketadum Tadiketa, Taketa. So using a 5, 10 into 330 with a carvai of 6, Taketadum Tadiketadum Taketadum Tadiketadum Taketadum Tadiketa Taketa. So with a carvai of in between 10, 10, 10, 1, 1 carvai. The last one, Taketadum Tadiketa Tata, Taketadum Tadiketa Tata, Taketadum Tadiketa Tata. That's the later half Uttarangam of this chorus. Now sandwiching all these parts makes, and he played it along with Valaipati. The last part, he was not able to put Thala, that's what the anecdote I heard, because at that time, maybe when he conceptualized about many years ago, this might have been a very, very novel idea, and nowadays, youngsters might put it on a fly. It's thanks to the media and people listening to so many complex things, and they have evolved over the period. But at that time, this was an anecdote I heard. Ta, di, ta, ka, dinna, ta, di, ta, ka, dinna, di, ta, ka, dinna, di, ta, ka, dinna, ta, ka, dinna, ta, ka, dinna, ta, di, ta, ka, dinna, ta, di, ta, ka, dinna, di, ta, ka, dinna, di, ta, ka, dinna, ta, ka, din, ta, ka, dinna, di, ta, ka, dinna, di, ta, ka, dinna, ta, ka, dinna, ta, ka, dum, ta, di, ka, ta, ta, ka, dum, ta, di, ka, ta, ta, ka, dum, ta, di, ka, ta, ta. Tagadadum, tadigadadum, tagadadum, tadigadadum, tagadadum, tadigadada, tagadadum, tadigadada, tagadadum, tadigadada, tagadadum, tadigadada. That's how he plays. So the chorus is very, very majestic, and one has to put the thalam in a very perfect way, and he executes towards the end, like. He plays like that. That's how this chorway, it's a very special and it has a lot of technicalities, and when you have to play, the tha vasinga tanga tambala mari venum padichu tha nu put shortla irukra mari irukonu appadippa padichu. I wanted to use the same word because when he plays that tha so beautifully. So that's about this chorway. And in national program, we used to play one of the chorways. Very interestingly, I think now that's the geniosity he shows. The simple chorway, but how I am going to tell that part and how he makes it a little complicated and plays. This is a simple chorway. But what he does, last tadikkedadum oru karo ipada rendu karo koduthuvaru. Rendu karo enna enadhu 6 aksharam for tisram. So first round when you increase, so the chorway is increased by 2 aksharas now. So 3 times 2 into 3, 6 aksharas, which is 1 beat extra. So 1 beat extra, and so every round you get a fraction, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Like that you get. So he takes it from the behind, and then he executes one additional finger, and then tadikkadadong, so he executes that part. For that he is taking from behind. So he finally only the tadikadada lands. So he increases by a fraction. Instead of tadikadadum, it becomes summons to summon. When you play tadikadada, it will come 2 aksharas later. So, which means it's off the beat. So you have to take it from behind. Instead, you have to play like that. You can play like that. So this is one of the Tisram chorway, which is one of his fortes of many times he used to play all these chorways. Then another, the way that a chittu, like chittu I always called, in Tisram only maybe you would have got it. For each of these Tisram, he approaches din dangadagada dimmi. Din dangadagada dimmi, dimmi dangadagada dimmi, din dangadagada dimmi, dimmi dangadagada dimmi. Example, you say, take only this example, then he plays in this round. For example, if you want to take a 3 beat, Chadushram format. Uses this phrase. If it's an 8-beat phrase, thrice is 24. In Tisram it is 16 beats. So he plays. That's the approach he takes. Then so this is for a 6-beat. In this drum it becomes 4 beats. nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki nangad, din nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki. You repeat 3 times. Nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki. Repeat 3 times. Nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki. Repeat 3 times. Nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki, din nangadadiki. He finishes this crescendo and finishes beautifully. These are all his very famous patterns in this song. He uses very frequently and he plays for many avardhanams in this, and he plays few abhiprayams around it. Din nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki dadimmi. For 5 beats he uses this sort of a phrase. Din nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki dadimmi. It's very, very resounding. Uses dinnagadadiki. So he uses this and reduces and play. You can play the abhiprayam. All these are ideas. These ideas you can use it for your tisram or abhiprayams. You can collectively collate it and play. So din nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki, din nangadadiki dadimmi, dimmi nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki dadimmi. Din nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki. Din nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki, nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki. That's for 7. Din nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki, nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki. Next one, din nangadadiki dadimmi, dimmi nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki. 8. Din nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki, dimmi nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki. 9. Din nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki, dimmi nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki, nangadadiki dadimmi, nangadadiki dadimmi, din nangadadiki. 10. So all these phrases you know how to play. You have to adapt all this in tisram. So you can use 10, 8 and 6 combinations. You can use 9, 7, 5 combinations. You can use 2, 3, 4 combinations. You can use 4, 5, 6. There's plethora of ideas. So all these patterns you have to jumble it, use the special pieces as I told you in my initial promo of how to use the duplets, triplets and the phrases, how you can conceptualize and build it and then assemble it and make it as a garland, a Vlaya garland in a varied forms, and you can assemble it. So these are all few of the classic pieces of Murthy Mamas. We will also see some interesting abhiprayams in Murthy Mama approached in Mishra Chapathal, because there are several aspects. We will go very quickly. Taka dina dina tong, taka dina dina tong, taka dina dina tong, dati kita tanda tum, dati kita tanda tum, dati kita tanda. Here again the scope. This is a one core way where you can play multiple times. You can have variations. Dinatham, when you put dinathang instead of the dinatham, you can play the uttarangam as tadiketatham. Taditaka dina dina, when you further reduce the karva, you can play tadiketatham. So the purvangam, as you reduce it, the uttarangam you can increase from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is one core way. You can play 6 varieties. This is one of the forms. The next form is tadim tadim taga, takadim tadim taga, tadim tadim taga, tadikita tandaga, tadikita tandaga, tadikita tanda. So here the core way is conceptual korvai, where you reduce tadim, tang. When you play, you can play tadik kitatum. Tadim, tham. When you play tadik kitatum. Likewise, as you reduce, you can increase it. So, when you remember one korvai, you can play multiple korvais. This is one of the greatest of teachings. So, you don't have to memorize many korvais. You have to create a korvai in such a way there is a scope for you to modulate in the front and the uttarangam so that you get varieties. So this is one of the aspects I want to table. The next idea is very interesting. Parani Subramaniam Pillai used to play tadi tadin din tadin din. That's the way he used to play. But Murthy Mama actually questioned him. Why tadit-tadim, tattadim, tattadim, tattadim should be the next one. Tadim, tattadim, you're missing one. And he said, yeah, it's for beauty, I did it. You can do it like this. That's what Paraniyana said to Murthy Mama. That's the dialogue he told me. Based on that, he created a korvai, and I believe that he had expressed this konakol to him, and he said, it's fine, it's very nice. And that is this korvai. Tadit-tadim, ta-ta-ding, tadikkaradam, ta-ta-dim, ta-ta-ding, tadikkaradam, ta-ta-ding, ta-ta-ding, tadikkaradam, ta-dim, ta-ta-ding, ta-di, kettattu, tadi, kettattu, tadikkaraga, tadikkaraga. So that's the beauty here, and this is what he showcased. The introduction of Tatadim is the idea. That's the korvai. So, with one more korvai, I probably will complete this section. I'll complete this section. Tatak dinatong, tatak dinatong, tatak dinatong, tadikitaton, 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 tadikitaton. So Tatak Dinathang, Tadigetato is used with the 5 carways, 5 carways, 2 5s, 5 carways, 3 5s, 5 carways. Takitathang, Tadikitatum, Tantang, Tadiketa, Tantang, Tadiketa. Tathang, so 5 3 1, 5 6 7. So that's the progression here. It's a nice, simple, neat korvai which you can showcase it, which you can play. So with this, I'll conclude this class. I will see you in the next class with Murthy Mama's few of the Mora korvais in the band of 35, 72, 108. I will probably demonstrate, I will showcase few of his ideas into those classes. I'll conclude this class with the Tirukkural. Muyarchi Thiruvinayakkum, Muyatrinmai Inmai Puguttividum. What is the meaning of it? Muyarchi Uruvanude Selvathai Perukka Cheyyum. A person who takes efforts obviously will get more wealth because of his efforts taken by him. முயற்சி இல்லாமை அவனிடத்து வறுமையை சேர்த்துவிடும். If he doesn't even attempt and if he's lazy, obviously he will become poor very soon. With this good thought, I'm concluding this class. I will see you in the next class with much more interesting ideas of 72, 108 thalas, few of the moras and korvais.
Mm-hmm.